No, I'm sorry. Your Auntie Angel is indisposed. Oh, relax. She's giving candy to children. Lots and lots of delicious little children. Another time, another time. So, I know that she promised to read you a Halloween poem, but as she is busy, she's asked me to fill in, and since I owed her a favor, I can't exactly say no, can I? So I'm going to be reading you a poem, The Cremation of Sam McGee, by Robert W. Service. Forgive the glasses, but being 400 years old does have some disadvantages. Oh, don't feel bad for me, darling. I still have 3 lives left. Shall we begin? Get comfortable. Perhaps a nightlight or 2. The Cremation of Sam McGee by Robert W. Service. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold, and the Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night on the marge of Lake LaBarge when I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to roam round the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. Though he'd often say in a homely way, he'd rather live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way across the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold, through your parka's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we'd close, then the lashes would froze, till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, the dogs were fed and the stars overhead were dancing heel and toe. He turned to me, and Cap, says he, I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seems so low, I couldn't say no. He says with a sort of moan, it's the cursed cold, it's got a right hold, till I'm chilled clean through to my bones. It ain't being dead, it's my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear, through fain or foul, to cremate my last remains. A pal's last need is a thing to heed, and I swore I would not fail. And as we started on the streak of dawn, but God, he looked ghostly pale. He crouched on the sleigh and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse was all that remained of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death as I hurried horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise I'd given. It was lashed to the sleigh and it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true and it's up to you to cremate my last remains. Now a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart I cursed that load. In the long, long night, by lone firelight, while the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes in the homeless snows, oh God, how I loathe that thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to get heavier and heavier it grew. And on I went, though the dogs were spent, and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. And I'd often sing to that hateful thing, and it's half-hearted with a grin. till I came to the marge of Lake Labarge, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed on the ice, and I saw on a trice it was called the Alice May. And I looked at it, and I thought a bit, and then I looked at my frozen chum. Then here, said I, with a sudden cry, is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coals I found that were laying around, and it helped the fuel go higher. The flames just soared, and the furnace roared, and a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. Then I made a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. And the heavens scowled, and the husky howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in that inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wreathed with giddy fear, but the stars came out, and they danced about ear before I ventured out. I was sick with dread, but I bravely tread. I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked. And the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm in the heat of the furnace near. And he wore a smile you could see for a smile. And he said, please shut the door. It's fine in here. But I greatly fear you let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, it's the first time that I feel warm. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold, and the Arctic tales have secret tales that can make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night on the barge of Lake Lamarge, when I cremated Sam McGee. And are you truly frightened? Did not that make your blood run cold with fear? You may not be cold. You may not be warm.